Hi everyone. I'm going to go through the yellow belt test requirements. The bear is about your mind, which means your attitude and your behavior. And it includes certain things that are very important in a dojo. The first thing is called rei in Japanese, and that means bowing. And whenever you come into the dojo, you do a standing bow at the door, which looks like this. Standing straight, facing towards the picture of the man who made Aikido, whose name is Sensei Ueshiba Morihei. You do a bow, slowly, and come back up. Then you walk into the dojo. The next thing you do when you're going to get onto the mats is you do a seated bow in seiza, or knee sitting straight, and then you take your left hand, you make part of a triangle, and you put it on the ground. You take your right hand and you put it next to your left hand and make a full triangle, and then you bow. Then you come back up and your right hand goes on your knee and your left hand goes on your knee. The next quality of mind that is important is seiza itself. That is sitting with your knees underneath you and a straight back. The next requirements for yellow belt are the section called spirit, and that means how you are with other people and in your relationship, how you are with your friends and the people, your dojo mates that you practice with, plus with me and your other teachers. The first requirement is Senpai Kohai, meaning senior student and junior student. When you first start, you are a Kohai to everyone else who's trained longer than you. And your job for yellow belt is to listen to them, let them help you learn and grow in your practice. And then as you practice longer, you become a senpai. You've trained longer than the newer people that start after you, and you'll help them. For your first test, your job is to let yourself be helped by the more experienced students who've trained longer. The other requirement for the spirit section we call I. It sounds like the I in Aikido, but it's actually a different word in Japanese, meaning love. And here we're looking for you to be kind and think about other people's feelings. Now, the third section is the section for body, which is represented by tigers on your card. So, for the tiger section, which I wanted to do last because that's the most techniques, the first technique that we look at is your low cat rolls called Sawariwaza Mai Ukemi, meaning on your knees, forward rolls. And they look like this. I start like a cat on all 4 feet, like on all four like this. Actually, when I said feet, 2 of my feet are knees now. 2 knees and 2 hands make my cat feet. I reach through and I push off and do a cat roll. I'll do the other side. I make like a cat, I reach my arm through, and I push off and I do a cat roll. The next requirement is tenkan and arimi tenkan. Turn and slide and step turn slide. And I made a whole nother video just about these movements, but for your yellow belt test, you only have to do this. Put your right foot forward, turn, slide your left leg back. Turn, slide your left leg back. From the side, it looks like this. Right foot forward, turning on your feet, sliding your left foot back, keep your back straight, and imagine you're holding a big egg. Turn and slide. Turn and slide. Okay, the other requirement is, like I said, arimi tenkan. Step, turn, slide. Step, turn, slide. Step, turn, slide. From the side, it looks like this. Step, turn, slide. Step, turn, slide. Step, turn, slide. Moving on to techniques now. we have Taino Henko, which you're gonna have to imagine that you at home are grabbing my wrist. So I have my left wrist out, I've got my left foot forward, I'm in Aikido Stance. And when you grab, I'm going to slide, turn, slide. Put my right foot forward. I'm going to slide, turn, slide. Left side again. Now when you make the Aikido stance, remember, make a T, step out with your front foot, turn your foot out a little bit, and turn your back foot in a little bit. This is called Hamni, which means stance, Aikido stance. You're grabbing me from in front with your right wrist. I slide behind you. I turn and slide, and now I can see the back of your neck because I'm behind you, which is a much better place for me to be if you're being a bully or in some way trying to be mean to me. I'm in a place where I'm safer when I'm behind you. The next technique that we have for our yellow belt test is one of the most important techniques in Aikido called Ikkyo. And we're doing Aihamni Katate Dori Ikkyo Omote. That's a long word, but what it really means, and what we usually say in class, is cross hand grab, the rainbow elbow technique. That's kind of the way to think about it. I make a stance with my right foot stepping out. I offer you my right wrist, which you grab. I make a big rainbow and then I step in, and then I go down to the ground, and I have my knee next to under your armpit and my other knee next to your wrist, and I'm holding your arm so that you can't move now. This is called a pin. On the left side, you grab, I make a rainbow and I step in, and then I come down to my knees. I have my right knee at your armpit and my other knee by your wrist, and then I turn your arm towards the ground, turning your elbow towards the ground so that you can't move now, and that's called the osai, or the pin, and then you tap, and that's it. Now how does that look when you are the person grabbing? Well, we made a video for this separately, but I'm going to show it again. I grab your wrist, and oh, you're making the rainbow. I slide out on my arm, I turn my head, and then when you pin me with your knees and your hands the way I talked about, I tap. One more technique that you have, one of our favorite techniques in the whole world of Aikido, is Suwaiwaza Seiza Kokyuho, the bunny Busdriver technique. You sit in front of me and you grab both of my wrists, and what I do, I'm a bunny rabbit who reads books, and I drive buses, so I'm a bunny that has lots of abilities. So I look at my hands reading a book, I magically turn the book inside out and show it to you, and now, suddenly I'm driving a bus instead. I steer the bus, turning until you start to fall over to the side, and then I come close to you, and I hold a big water balloon in front of you, and you try to push up towards my head, but I hold that water balloon, and believe me, even when I do this with some of you guys who are 3 years old and 4 years old, you can hold your space, even if I really try to push up. All right, thank you very much, y'all. I look forward to practicing with you on video and in the dojo as soon as we can. And I hope this video will help you keep working on all your techniques and all the other parts of our practice as you work towards each of your belt tests. Domo arigatou gozaimashita.